What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe collaboration, the Divine Neutrals palette. So the name definitely says it all. It is a neutral palette. It has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It has 12 neutral shades in it, all to perform and create your perfect smoky brown look. Of course, this is very like fall-esque. I'm sure all my fall girlies are living for this palette. I am definitely living for the eye look we created today. We did like a nice halo eye using, of course, the shades in this palette. I love anything and everything that Jaclyn and Morphe come up with, so it's no surprise that I love this palette here. But I'm going to go ahead and show you swatches of all 12 shades, and I'll do that right now. So here's the palette, and these are the shades. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swatch the first row of mattes and then the second row of shimmers. Starting with the lightest shade, we have Chic Happens, which is like, it's like more of like a pinky base shade. Then we have Just Barely, which again is just barely anything. It's like a very light brown, great for like a transition shade. Then we start getting a little bit darker with Good Vibes. So that's just like a kind of like a warmer, like light brown color. Then we have Boo Bear, which is going to get a little bit darker in pigment. And then next to that we have Booked, which is warmer and darker. And then the very last shade in that row is Cinnamon Roll, and it's the darkest brown. It's a little bit more like neutral, cool, I guess you could say, compared to the other three that are a little bit warmer. And that is the first row. All right, we have a clean arm and ready to do the bottom row of shimmers. So starting with the lightest, we have All Luxe. So pretty. It's like a so it matches the Chic Happens shade. It's like very light and a little bit more pinky, like pearl. Then we have Birthday Suit, which is the prettiest, like copper gold color. As you can see, very reflective. These are all very soft and very, like, you barely have to like dig in to get any of the pigment. They're so pretty and so pigmented. The next shade is called Drippin, which is like it's like a green gold, kind of like a true gold kind of color, really like catches the light. The next shade is Risque Business, which is more, it's definitely more cool toned than the rest of them. Still warm, but has more pinky wine to it. And then after that, we have Striptease, which is like a darker kind of copper. And then the last color in that row is Exposed, which is almost like I would say like a dark pewter. That swatch did not turn out very well, but it's almost like a dark pewter color. It's very pretty on, but it has like a lot of like ashiness to it. Like it has like not as much, I guess, sparkle or dimension, but it looks really pretty. This is what it looks like on the finger. So very metallic like on the finger, but overall still very like pretty. And that is the second row of shimmer. Now that we've seen all the shades, I definitely think it is a perfect neutral palette. It's definitely going to be a staple in a lot of people's routines. I feel like I definitely want to buy another one of these for my kit, because when I see this, I see bridal, I see glam smoky, I see everything here for the makeup artist in you, or the makeup artist that you are. Before I'm done with this intro, I'm going to go ahead and ask you to subscribe. And if you want to see how I created this look using the Jaclyn Hill x Morphe palette, the Divine Neutrals, then keep on watching. Okay, so I do have my base on already. So I'm first going to dip into the color Chic Happens, which is just this like neutral, like pinky shade. I wish it would have been more of like a bone, like ivory shade. I think that would have fit a little bit better, but you know, that's just my opinion. So I'm going to pack that all over the lid. I prime my eye using the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer. Of course, I will list everything down below in the description box for everything that I am using on my face. And of course, that went on like a dream. Most of these shades do. So, like I mentioned, we're going to do like a nice, easy spotlight eye using the shades here. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Real Techniques X Victoria Lyn blending brush in 045. I'm going to take just barely, and that's going to kind of like really build the crease up because it's such a neutral shade that I can just like dust this all over the lid, and this will give me like that initial color before I go in and really smoke out the edges for the halo eye or spotlight eye, whatever you're calling it. I know I probably mentioned in the intro that I'm a little congested at the moment. I think these like fall allergies are kicking my ass, but you know, that's what it is. In Texas, I mean, usually they're not an issue, but for whatever reason, they came to play this year. I'm gonna take a Jh32 brush and I'm gonna dip into Good Vibes, and I'm going to kind of just deepen up that crease a little bit. So there is a little bit of fallout in the pan. Again, I say this in every single video. I do not care about fallout, but it's there. So like I said, I'm gonna take this fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to kind of deepen up that crease just a little bit, just so we can have a little bit more definition if we go right in there. In the intro, you would have already seen swatches of everything. So everything looks, you know, super pretty, super saturated in pigment. Everything is blending out really well. Of course, I expect nothing less from a Jaclyn Hill and Morphe collab. I was so excited when Jaclyn mentioned this palette because I love color. You know, you guys know I've seen a lot of color, but I love a good neutral palette. This is just something you can, you know, throw in your bag if you're a makeup artist. You can grab a couple of these and like use it on your clientele. So good. I think the next brush I'm going to grab is the Jh31 brush, which is just a little bit like tighter. And I'm going to start building that halo eye. I'm gonna grab Booked, which is just a little bit of like a richer brown color. Then I'm gonna start packing that more on each side. I have my general guide of where like the halo is going to go. So I'm gonna start kind of building that. So I have that color right where I want it. With a smaller detail brush, this is the JH40. I'm gonna grab Cinnamon Roll because it's the deepest out of them all. And I think this is what I'm gonna use to create most of the depth on the outer edges. So I'm going to really like pack that one on. I'm gonna keep this a little bit more rounded instead of flaring it out like I always do. So we get to here and this part starts to look super messy, but then we just grab a clean blending brush. This is a JH30 brush, and then just swipe right on top of the edges with no product on it. Yeah, something like that. So I think we have the kind of depth that we want. And then I'm gonna cut the crease and then go back and then deepen it up a little bit more after we put our shimmer shade on. So I'm just gonna grab the same concealer. I'm gonna grab the Urban Decay Stay Naked Concealer in 50 WY. I'm gonna grab this like skinny, like flat brush here and start cutting out my crease. I'm gonna put a lot of shimmer there and then I'm going to deepen it up, so that should work out. I'm actually just gonna take my finger and kind of pat it. Yeah, that's like perfect. That's exactly kind of what I wanted. This is kind of the exact shape I'm gonna want. So I'm gonna put the shimmer and then I'm gonna buff out those edges to make them deep again. I think I'm gonna try packing on the shimmer with a brush first. So I have this little Wet n Wild concealer brush and I'm going to grab, I think I'm gonna grab Birthday Suit. I don't know. These are all such pretty shimmers. I wish I could do a poll and like y'all could tell me which one I could use. But I think I'm gonna grab, actually I think I'm gonna go for Drippin. This color right here. So I'm first gonna try it with a brush. And if I feel like it's not really doing much with the brush, I'll use my finger. But it did pick up a lot of product. So we're gonna go in. I'm not gonna spray it because I'm sure it has. Oh, yes. Oh my god, yes. That looks amazing. This feels super creamy on the eye. Yeah. Love that. Love, love, love that. Then again, I'm gonna go back in with the JH40 brush and back into Cinnamon Roll. And I'm going to deepen up those edges one more time. That way the shimmer really pops right in the middle. So something like that. Then again, gonna take that Jh31 brush with no product on it and graze those edges. So we have no harsh lines. Yeah, that looks so pretty. I love the way the shimmer is just like taking over the show. It is so pretty. Alrighty. Yeah, so this is kind of exactly the shape that I want. I'm going to first smoke out the lash line. I'm going to take this Moda brush in detail, just a little like domed brush. And I'm going to grab Booked and run that underneath my lash line. Then I'm going to grab Cinnamon Roll and put it right on top and really smoke it out. Yeah, I really want to smoke out the lash line. Then I'm going to grab that Wet n Wild concealer brush that we packed the shimmer on with and just lightly go right in the middle with just a little bit of what's left on that brush, just to kind of connect a little bit. You can't really like see it on camera, but you definitely, the detail makes it work. Okay, so this is like what we have already. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the other eye off camera. I'll probably do mascara off camera too, and then I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. Both eyes are on. I have this littlest pair of lashes on. This is the Orange Sorbet lashes from Ioni. Of course, you guys know how I feel about Ioni lashes. I love them. These are just like the babyest pair because I wanted to show off, of course, the spotlight eye. I think it turned out super pretty. It's very just like simple. If you wanted to, you could choose any one of these like shimmer shades to put like in the middle. So of course I went with Drippin, which was more of like a, of course you would have seen swatches already, but it's like a true like green gold, I guess you could say. Super pretty on the eye, very reflective. I definitely, I love the way it looks on the eye, but I think everything, now the only thing that's left for me to do is my complexion. So I've already done my foundation, powder, and concealer. For my bronzer and contour today, I'm actually going to bring back this old favorite. And I'm going to just use this crown brush, this crown angled brush, to use for my bronzer. And I'm just going to bronze everything up. I'm not going very heavy with the bronziness. I feel like we have enough bronze on the eye today, so I'm gonna go pretty soft. He says soft, and then I end up packing on bronzer for 15 minutes. All right, we have bronzer on. So I think I'm gonna skip blush today, and I'm just gonna go into my Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics highlighter in Mesmerized. And I'm just going to, of course, hit the high planes. Oh my god, I love this highlighter so much. I think my next buy from Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics has to be like the blush and bronzer palettes. I also really want the like face palettes that she has. I think those are so pretty. I love this highlighter because it just gives you like that, especially like on camera, you can really see it like on camera. It just gives you like that glow. Like it's not very like metallic, I guess you could say. I think it's the way this is baked. Of course, it's like baked in Italy, but so pretty. For lips, I think this gloss. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw this gloss on. So this is the Beauty Creations X the Murillo Twins lip gloss. This is in Only B. And it's got kind of a clear base, but it has like a lot of micro glitter in it. I think it looks so pretty. Again, it's just like my natural lip color. Ooh, it's not like sticky at all, but yeah, it's like super glossy. I think it's super pretty. And yeah, that's the final look, guys. I hope you like it. I love this like very like sultry eye. It's very like fall. It's very simple, if anything. This is like a very, I don't want to say simple palette, but it's a very like wearable palette because it's not like super colored like the other ones are. It is a little bit more like on the neutral side. It definitely like will suit a lot of people, and I think that's why she did this, or like Morphe and her did this, because it's more consumer friendly. So I definitely love this. Of course, I'm gonna add this to my pile of the Jaclyn Hill collection. I have all of it now, so I'll insert a picture here. But yeah, what do you guys think of the palette? Are you guys over like Jaclyn Hill collabs with Morphe? I'm not. I'm waiting for the next one of these. I'm sure it's going to be something colorful. I'm waiting for the future, and I definitely love. But sound off down below. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.